pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dear America, let's take a picture of every time we mumble these foundations. Whisper justice and try to bold for all. Let's talk about the flawed system we call equality. Prisons create new rooms based on how many Black males were born that year.
You know, a few months ago, we were just workers and, another number. That, on the railroad, they say two things. One, we are just a number. And the second thing is they only need us from our neck down. That's usually the two most common expressions. And so then all of a sudden this pandemic happens and, we're an essential worker. So what exactly does that mean?
We have joining us Queen Cleopatra. And I say that with a certain amount of reverence because Cleopatra, since this is a conversation about leadership, we cannot talk about leadership without bringing her to fore.
Remember the 3 circles we cut in the same color? That will be for your body, your head, and your wings. 4 colors we chose, that will be for the feathers. And just put some glue right at the top of your half a circles. Then spread them evenly so you can see all the beautiful colors.
Not a lot of birds can thrive in a city, some can, but robins in particular do well because of the habitat. And they also happen to be a super spreader. They are susceptible to West Nile virus, they get it. So you have this kind of double-edged sword where you've created ideal habitat for American robins, and they happen to be a super spreader.
True, but you still had some issues, like hyperinflation and Vietnam. Could you please explain what exactly was your secret plan to win the war?
Simple, really. I thought it prudent to let the people of Vietnam fight their own fight. We'd support them, but they'd do the combat role. Like die for their country rather than our boys.
We have the money to have the schools that we want to exist in. If we know that we keep us safe, then we can name that we don't need to have police or surveillance in our schools because it is us who can do the work to transform our environments. And we also name that school policing has historically been oppressive on Black and brown bodies, especially in Philadelphia.
I feel sadness. I feel loneliness. I feel like I'm drowning inside, like I'm screaming, and no one is around to hear me. And the worst part about it, when it gets really tough, when people are really down, you're nowhere to be found. I've never left.
My club was called Heaven, which was sort of a play on words because you had to go down to go into it. It was the largest nightclub of its kind in the state of Pennsylvania, which we thought was going to work because of the bicentennial. We thought we better get it ready in 75 to get ready for 76.
Located here along an old railroad bed is the Midtown Greenway, which is a bike path across the city, which I love and I live near. Located on the Greenway is this community garden.
Drop our stories on the soil before we get on the boat. Who made her spit out the word palayan? Told her to chew on the word rent instead.
And we realized that straight people are ignorant to the LGBTQIAXYZWUV community.
The truth to the science of music can be found in the laws of motion. Bodies at rest will remain at rest unless moved. La, 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 la. There is a rose in Spanish. La, 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 la.
We have Dr. Love, and later on, Dr. Love, you can stand right next to the guys.
Yes. Yeah,
Doctor, meet Doctor.
Oh yeah, your uniform look a little cleaner than mine. Fine, Doc, what's up?
Asthma runs very high in the African American community.
Correct.
Just by virtue of the environmental injustices that have been done and where they live.
Being media literate means being able to read and view media critically. Check this out. Next time you watch a video on YouTube, think about the 5 key questions.